Very good evening to all participants. I welcome each and every individual for today's workshop on supply chain risk management and resilience. So, in today's rapidly changing global environment, the supply chain systems are no longer just operational systems, they are considered to be highly strategic, important assets for the business organization. So this session will help you to understand how organization can anticipate disruptions and build systems that are highly robust and adaptive in nature. Let us begin our session objectives. Let us first look at the objectives of this session. First one, understanding the different types of risk present in supply chain. Second one, understanding the different structured approaches followed to assess and prioritize the various risk levels in supply chain. The third one, learn practical strategies to mitigate the risk more effectively. And finally, understand how to design resilient supply chain that can able to withstand and recover from disruptions. So these objectives will guide our discussion through the session. Let us get into the topic introduction. Supply chain today are highly interconnected and globalized. While this brings efficiency and cost advantages, it also introduces various new technological advancement and different challenges to undergo several process operations in supply chain systems. So, for example, a disruption in one part of the world, say a factory shutdown or transportation delay, this will indirectly impact the entire supply chain network system. Another example, recent events like pandemics, geopolitical conflicts, and climate related disasters have clearly shown how fragile supply chain can be. Therefore, managing the risk is not optional anymore. It is essential for survival and competitiveness. Let us discuss the different types of supply chain risk according to the existing literature survey as classified. So, supply chain risk can be broadly classified into four major types. The first one is operational risk. So, operational risk arise from internal process failure, say machine breakdowns or labor issues. Financial risk include currency fluctuations, say inflation or cost instability. Demand risk occur when customer demand is unpredictable or rapidly changing. Supply risk are related to supply failures, delays or quality issues. Finally, environmental risk include natural disasters, pandemics and regulatory changes. Understanding the above categories which helps the organization to systematically plan and approach various risk management. So these are treated as the future challenges. What are the different way in which we can identify the supply chain risk? The first step in risk management is identifying the potential, the problem or issues. So this involves analyzing the supplier to check their reliability and performance. Then constructing a process mapping helps to visualize the entire supply chain and identify the strength and weaker areas. Organization also use historical data and analysis tools to detect the recurring issues. Early detection is crucial because it allows companies to act before the disruption occurs. So, how to measure the risk assessment? After identifying the risk, the next step is assessment of the risk involved in supply chain operation. This is typically done by probability versus impact matrix. Risks that are both highly and highly likely and highly impactful are considered to be a top priority. This can be otherwise called as prioritization. Next one is scenario analysis. So this method also used to evaluate what if situation. Say for example, what happens if a key supplier fails? So this structured up assessment ensures that the resources are focused on the most critical items. What are the various mitigation strategies to be followed? Once risks are assessed, organizations implement different mitigation strategies. First one is supplier diversification is one of the most effective methods which avoids reliance on a single source. Maintaining buffer stock or safety inventory helps to handle unexpected demand or delays. Digital tools enable real-time monitoring of supply chain activities. So these strategies reduce the likelihood and impact of disruptions. Let us understand the concept of resilience in supply chain system. So resilience is nothing but the ability of a supply chain to absorb shocks, adapt to disruptions, and recover quickly, unlike traditional risk management, which focus on prevention. Resilience emphasizes adaptability and recovery. In simple terms, a resilient supply chain does not just survive disruptions, it thrives to despite them. What are the various ways to build the resilience? Building resilience requires various combination of multiple capabilities. Say flexibility, it allows the company to quickly change the supplier or routes. Visibility ensures the real-time tracking of goods and information. Collaboration improves coordination among supply chain partners. Technology enables faster decision making and predictive insights. Together, these elements create a strong and adaptive system. What are the various modern technologies used? How it plays a crucial role in supply chain resilience. AI helps in demand forecasting and risk prediction. IoT enables real-time tracking of goods and assets. Blockchain ensures data transparency and trust among stakeholders. Big data analytics provides actionable insights from large data sets. So these technologies transform traditional supply chain into smart and responsive networks. So let us take a simple case study based on the past real events. So let us consider the real world example. So during the situation of COVID-19 pandemic, many companies failed to follow certain measures in the case of severe natural disruptions due to dependency on a single supplier. However, some organizations that had diversified sourcing, digital visibility, and contingency plan were able to recover faster. So, this case study highlights the importance of resilience in modern supply chain operations. What are the various future challenges? So, high cost associated with technology and redundancy can be a barrier. Managing large volume of complex data is another challenge. The organization must balance both cost efficiency with risk preparedness. So let us see the different future trends in supply chain risk management and resilience. Looking ahead, supply chains are evolving rapidly. A smart supply chain powered by automation and AI will become more common. Predictive analytics will enable proactive decision making. Sustainability will also play a major role, ensuring environmentally responsible operation. So the future lies in intelligent, agile, and sustainable supply networks. So, with the above information, I would like to conclude that today's the workshop on supply chain risk management and resilience. So, based on the past, the information that is available according to the different references which I mentioned from various articles and journals, based on that, I conclude the supply chain risk management is a critical capability in today's uncertain world. Organizations have to plan more effectively by identifying, assess, and mitigate the risk. So these things are considered to be better positioned to ensure continuity and achieve competitive advantage. Building resilience is not a one-time effort. It is an ongoing strategic process. So I convey my special thanks to all participants for your active involvement. So we will meet in the next upcoming session with a different topic, theme, as well as the scope for doing the future research, etc. So once again, I thank all the individuals for attending the session through online platform. Thank you again.